Yeah, the makeup products you use do matter, but the tools that you use to apply those products really make a world of difference if you want to achieve amazing results. My name is Amanda and I'm a professional makeup artist, and today I'm going over the 4 makeup brushes that you need to create any eye look. A portion of this video is sponsored by Rephr brushes. I just want to give a huge thank you to Rephr because it truly is so special to be able to work with brands that I use in almost all of my videos, that I use on a everyday basis. And by the way, if you're not familiar with who Rephr is as a brand, they create incredibly high quality makeup brushes at accessible prices. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So the first brush I want to talk about is actually, I think, the brush I would keep if I had to throw all of my brushes away except for one. This is the Rephr 01 brush. And although this may look like just your average fluffy eyeshadow brush, it is not. Looking at this brush straight on, it looks like a wide fluffy brush, but if you turn it to its side, it's actually got a little bit of a tapered shape. I really love this for a few reasons. First one being, it just blends eyeshadow so beautifully. It just really airbrushes the shadow for you. But if you just rotate the brush a little bit, you can also get a very precise and defined look. I like to use this brush to define my crease as well, or even apply shadow on my lower lash line. It's detailed enough that you can do that, but also use it as your everyday blending brush as well. Rephr brushes also hold their shape really well. Some brushes can get really frayed and they just don't work the same after you wash them. That is not the case with Rephr brushes. These brushes are made to last. So Rephr brushes are actually handcrafted in Japan, and this brush in particular is made with natural hair, which a lot of people think only works well with powder products for the most part, but these brushes actually work equally as good with powders and creams, which I love. You can even use this brush in other places on the face than on your eyes. This makes a beautiful highlighter brush or even a concealer brush. It just fits everywhere so nicely. Ugh, truly, if you could only have one brush, this is it. One thing I will say about makeup brushes is that they really are worth the investment if you can invest in good makeup brushes. And the thing about Rephr is their prices are super reasonable, but you do get the high quality. If you get high quality brushes, they will last you for the rest of your life. I'm not even kidding you. If you take care of them well, it's a one and done purchase. So my advice to you would be invest in high quality brushes rather than cheapy brushes, because if you buy cheap brushes, they're just gonna end up costing you more in the long run because you're gonna have to replace them. Moving on to brush number 2, this is the Tanielle Carve and Apply brush. This is kind of like 2 brushes in one because it is a dual-ended brush. And initially for this video, I wanted to include just kind of like a plain flat shader brush, but I really think this one is quite unique. So on the Carve end, it's actually a very defined flat shader brush. This is good if you want almost like a cut crease kind of situation. It's great with powder shadows, but it's also great with cream shadows as well. And on the other side, you have a flat shader brush. I always recommend having a good flat shader brush. I actually love this one. I feel like I can define my crease really nicely with it. I can also define my outer V, lower lash line, pack on color onto my lid. Another way you could use this brush is if you apply a cream kohl liner down and you want to blend it out to get a really nice fluffy diffused look. You can use this to do it. It does a great job. A little hack that I like to use with this Carve side is I actually use it to clean up underneath my winged liner just to sharpen it. I also like to use this to sharpen up the brows, even the lips from time to time. This brush is actually made with synthetic hair, but when I was feeling it, it actually felt like natural hair. These brushes are extremely, extremely soft and just overall very high quality. It's just a very versatile duo, and I just feel like everyone needs this in their collection. And can we talk about how cute the design of these brushes are? I love the espresso brown. I think they're so classy and just gorgeous. Very well made too. I recommend Tanielle brushes all the way. This next brush is also a Tanielle brush, but it's from a different set. This is her defined liner and brow comb brush. I love to use this brush to smudge out my kohl or cream eyeliners. I feel like this just perfects the shape so nicely. I also really love to use this to apply shadow liner. This is like my go-to brush for that. Honestly, small angled brushes that are not able to give me that extreme precision, It bothers me so much, and this one has been really, really good to me and prevented me from feeling that frustration. It can be so difficult to find a good angled brush, especially one that holds its shape. This one is also synthetic hair, but it feels really, really high quality. And again, I just love that it doesn't lose its shape when I wash it. I think that might have something to do with these synthetic bristles that were used to create this brush. I find as a makeup artist, I've gone through so many small angled brushes because sometimes when you wash these tiny little brushes, they start to fray and lose their shape, and then they are no longer defined and precise, and so basically they become useless. You gotta throw them away. This one, on the other hand, retains its shape really nicely. It's got very dense bristles, and it's also very, very tiny, so you can really get in there. I hate when small angled brushes are a little bit on the larger side, and so I cannot get that precision, that delicate precision. This, I don't have that problem. I feel like I can create very, very detailed eye looks with this brush. This brush also gets bonus points because it has a spoolie on the other end of it, and as I'm sure we all know here, you can never go wrong with having a spoolie on hand. A little pro tip that I like to use after I apply my mascara, if I make any mistakes and get mascara on my eyelid, I will pull this out once the mascara is dried and flick it away, and it is all taken care of. I also like to use this to brush through my brows to make sure all the hairs are in place. These just come in handy. Last but not least, the fourth brush I would recommend for eye makeup is this one by Rephr. This is their 03 brush. And this is actually a very unique pencil brush. I recommend just having a pencil brush in your collection, but particularly this one stands out to me, and I've gone through a lot of pencil brushes. This pencil brush is very, very tiny. It's smaller than most pencil brushes that I have used. So I find that I can be very, very precise when I use this brush, but I can also use it for things like smoking out my winged liner and really softening the look of like a cream liner or even a shadow liner. This does a great job of that. I also really like this for defining the lower lash line. It fits right into that area down there and does a really good job of keeping that shadow that I apply contained. You could even honestly apply your liner with this brush because it is so small and precise. I actually have multiple of these brushes on hand at all times. I love to use this as an inner corner highlight brush as well. And again, very versatile. I feel like for eye makeup, you want to have a solid collection of brushes that will have multi-use, multi-function. At least that's how I like to do it anyways. And this one is also made using natural hair. And that is it for my top 4 best makeup brushes to do any eye look. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and also subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.